Thank you for joining me. Today we're going to paint this watercolor landscape painting with water reflection. I will publish learning videos on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And on Sunday, the reference image for the video that most viewed and commented, I will upload it on YouTube for my subscribers to download. How to subscribe? Click the subscribe button below this video. I will give you 5 seconds before we start the painting. I use exclusively the brushes from enjoyingart. Order yours today at enjoyingart.com brushes. First, let's take a look at how we're going to divide the sky and the land, the horizon line. Okay, let's take a look. Think about it. You see how much you want the sky going to be. You want the sky this much, or you want the sky this little. And I'm going to move it down just a little bit right here. Okay, this is good. Make up your mind, and this is very easy to do. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get just a little bit light green color, yellow and blue, right? And maybe over here you can change your mind because this is very important. Most likely we don't want to have the horizon line in the middle because it had to be one more important than the others, right? So I'm going to have a little bit lower. So I have the tree come up a little bit over here. Okay, here we go. If I'm going to do that, I'm going to draw just one horizon line all the way from the left to the right. That's just pretty easy. Okay, just make up your mind. If you want to change your mind, change it right now. And the second thing, you want the left side a little bit more or the right side a little bit more. It's totally up to you. And I'm going to have the center line over here moving the center of this, moving a little bit more to the left side. Okay, so this would be on the left side, right? The left-hand side. And have a little bit higher like that. And on it over here, I'm going to have this a little bit on the right-hand side. Just make it a little bit more interesting, make it a little bit more dynamic. I'm going to have a little bit red, move it over here, and just make it a little bit gray, a little bit more visible, like that. This is good. And then think about the tree. This tree, very interesting. I'm going to have this up from here, like that, and then have some tree over here. So just start sketching. Okay, have a few line like this. So the vertical line would make it very interesting, like that. You can have a little bit more blue mixed into it. This just be fine, like that. That's the tree over here, and this is good. This is the shadow side of the tree. Just think about shape, right? Very simple. And we're gonna have some dry brushes over here. You expect it, right? This is good. And have something a little bit, like a little bit separate. So this would be another tree over here. This tree over here, and with a little distance, tree over here too. You can change the tree color if you want. First thing we're gonna do, we're gonna paint the sky, right? So we're gonna do that like leave the white cloud alone, and then we'll come back to give the shadow side of the white cloud after the sky drive, and then we're gonna paint the reflection based on what we do according to the clouds in the sky. Okay, let's do the top. Here we go. And what kind of blue color? So you see that it's always one thing at a time. So you can focus on one thing, okay, not multiple things. And just the red shade, the green shade blue color, or the red shade blue color, right? If you want to think about, like, take a look at this color first. And is this the color you want, or you want to have a little bit more French ultramarine mixed into it? Okay, maybe mix a little bit of the red shade blue color in here. Okay, that's just good. And this brush, it can take up a lot of paint, so you can paint the whole sky in one mixing, like that. Take a look. I'm going to get a little bit more, a little bit brighter. Okay, here we go. A little bit more pink. And take a look at. And this is the color, or I'm going to mix a little bit green shade, which is French ultramarine over here, and this one is the Prussian blue. Okay, this is good. I have dark enough the color. This is good. All right, let's paint. Okay, let's take a look at. We're gonna leave quite a bit of a gap in between over here, and be confident. Okay, here we're gonna do. Okay, take a look. I'm gonna have a little bit over here, a little bit cloud at the corner over here. Okay, here we go. And coming over here, and then start having some cloud coming. This start over here, like that. So step on it, and this is good. Right, coming down over here, looking at where it's gonna be having the white cloud. So it's gonna be fun. Okay, be more spontaneous. Okay, here we go. Here we go. This is good. Keep going. The same pink, same color. I'm gonna have a little gap coming over here, like that. Here we go. That's good. And I have a little bit gap over here. That's good. Have a little bit. I'm gonna come to this side. The corner. This is good. And this is good. Like that. Okay. A little bit over there, and the bottom over here a little bit lighter. So keep going. The same color in the brush. This is good. Like that. And I'm gonna have a little gap over here. Here you go. A little bit over here, and a little gap over here too. And coming over here, have a little gap over here coming over. There you go. Have fun. And then coming over here, and have a little bit, and the top over here, a little bit blue sky. Now take a look, coming down over here, and have this cloud, like that. And there's a big cloud, and a little bit more over here, like that, and a little bit blue. So because I take the same color, that's a one stroke, and I will be able to have the same color all the way. And go have down to the bottom over here. Now I'm going to have a little bit lighter color. So I'm going to let go some of the pink. Okay, let go most of this. And now take a look at the bottom over here. A little bit lighter. Like that. That's good. And the bottom over here. A little bit lighter. Like that. Pretty good. And a little bit lighter. Just step on it. This is good. A little bit lighter. The blue color. Okay, this is good. Now I'm going to remove. Okay. There is the accumulate wet over here. Remove that. Otherwise, it's going to have texture. Okay, remove that a little bit. Just use the brush. Okay, everything with the same tool. And very simple and easy over here too. See that? No masking. No messy. That's good. And take a look at the top over here. I'm going to let go some of them over here, and maybe have this coming over, cross over. Okay, don't let it come back. Okay, this is pretty good. And next thing I'm going to do in a reflection. A reflection, I already have a little gray color. So the gray color, it will be the red with the blue and the yellow, right? All three colors together. Okay, get a little bit yellow, get a little bit blue. I'm going to take a little bit blue over here. And this is good. That's just a little bit gray. Get a little water and get a little bit yellow. Okay, here you go. A little bit more red. Okay, here you go. Like that. That's a little gray. So, little gray. So I'm gonna first put this color here as the little gray color first. Okay, have that all the way in here. And then we're going to paint the blue sky reflection. Okay, here we go. Like that. That's set the base tone. Okay, that's good. Like that. And then we're going to paint their blue color. Okay, here we go. And let's see. We're going to have a little bit darker. So I'm going to get a little bit blue. Plus a little bit red. And also because it's still wet over here. So you don't want to have too much water into it. So this is good. So I'm going to have on the top over here. Okay, like that. You're seeing that color coming in over here. Just a little bit soft. Just the corner of this. Okay, trust the brush, trust the tool, trust the process. It's very important. Okay, that's have a little bit blue, a little bit softer, and a little bit lighter too. Okay, here you go, like that. And look at that, and this light color right there. Okay, like this, a little bit different. Could be a little bit different from the reference, like that. Here you go. And take a look at that, and then a little bit higher over there. And right here. Here you go. Now also a little bit softer because we just wet the space. Okay, this is good. I'm going to have this come out and outside. I'm going to have a little bit white paint, the white cloud over there. Like that. This is good. That's good. And take a look on this side. This blue color sky, it will be here. Okay, this is good. Like that. It looks like the reflection. Very interesting reflection. Okay, make that a little bit smaller over here. Okay, a little bit gap. Okay, in here, I'm going to come in a little bit like that. And then the blue color over here will be even a little bit darker, right? So I'm going to take a look at here what I can do. I'm going to just have the corner couple here and coming in like that. And this is pretty good. Now I'm going to have some darker blue color, a little bit more blue, and have a little bit red. Just take the red from the corner over here. Here we go. Now I'm going to have this a lot darker, like that. Okay. Coming through over here. This is good. Okay. That's nice reflection. Okay, that's good. And in the middle of there, I'm going to have a little bit more blue. Okay, here we go. In the middle over here, have a little bit more blue. Okay, this is good. A little bit more blue getting over here. Okay, it quickly turn into lighter. Okay, like that. And over here, we can also put a little blue color over here too. That's good. Okay. And a little blue coming in over here. Okay. This is good. Look at that. I'm going to clean my brush. I'm going to have the blue color. Just a little bit blue color over here. I'm going to getting in over here. Just use the corner of this brush. Okay, this is good. A little bit blue color over here too. And that is already getting dry quickly. So this is good. So we don't have to do too much. Okay, I'm going to let that dry. But now our attention needs to go into the side. Let's put that big area. So let's start from a little bit distance. So we're going to have a little bit more gray color out. The photo looks like a very clear, but we're going to have it a little bit gray. So get a little red into the mixture. Okay, get the blue, a little red. You can see that. Get a little bit yellow. Okay, a little bit tiny green. But we want to have that little bit more gray. The gray from the green, that will be the red, right? Okay, like this. This is good. Right here, I'm going to have that, push that a little bit further in the distance. Okay, like that. We're going to make it feel a little bit more space. Okay, this is good. Coming over here. And that's in the distance. Here you go. That's good. Now we're going to have that coming up. Okay. That's good. Like that. So that is, I'm going to have this come up a little bit. To make it a little bit more interesting. A little hill in the background. This is good. So that is a little bit further, push that further into the distance because of this, the color contrast. Okay, this is good. And in the reflection, I think I'm going to remove some color over here. I'm going to make it come out a little bit tiny more over here. Just use this just to lift up the color. Okay, that's good. And I'm going to have this come in a little bit more like this cloud. I'm going to have that come in a little bit more like this. There you go. Now I'm going to just lift it up. Okay, that's good. Okay, here we go. Okay, that's good. A little bit. And maybe over here, lift up a little bit more. And the reflection, lifting is a very good technique. I'm going to have this connected in. Okay, this is good. And a little bit over here. Lift that in. Okay, this is good. This is fine. Give it a little bit more impression as a reflection. Okay, this is good. All right, now this is getting dry a little bit more in the distance. This is good. Now I'm going to come into a little bit closer. Okay, a little bit closer. I'm going to just put the yellow color on first. We can just put the bright yellow color right over here for the front. And now we're going to, have a little bit more green. So I'm going to take the green color, the blue color, mix it together. Okay, if we put this color right in here, you see that you mix the two colors together, the blue and the yellow, that become the green color. Okay, this is good. Now, if you want something really bright, it's just between the two colors. If you just want something less bright, you need to have a little bit red mixed into that. So here we go. I'm going to get a little bit tiny more red. And that color would be served as a little bit more in the distance. Okay, this is good. Like that. I'm going to have a little bit tiny more. I'm going to keep using this brush a little bit longer. Now I'm going to, for the middle, I'm going to mix the two colors together. Okay, the green from the Prussian blue and the yellow color, right? Now I'm going to just get a little bit more yellow, like that. Here we go. Not lots of paint, just like this. And just tap on it over here. Have a little texture like that. Coming in, this is good. And a little bit over here, coming in a little bit. Still see a little bit yellow at the front, right? It's really fun. So there we go. Now over here, I'm going to have that a little bit more. This is a little bit more green color like that coming up over there. So this is good. Have a little texture. We're going to come back to give a little bit more shadow in a bit, right? Okay, that's good. Now coming onto this side, a little bit less, right? So I'm going to just mix that color together. Get the Prussian blue and the yellow color. You may be thinking about, why don't you use the French ultramarine to mix? And this is have a little bit more red color into it. I just have a little bit more control. Just think about one way to mix the color. So, but if you want a little bit less bright, just add a little red color. Yes, here we go. Like that. And take a look. And that over here, on the edge over here, it will show a little bit more dirt, right? That like this. This is probably a little bit too dark already, but we're going to put this color in. And when you get into the distance, a little bit more in the distance, I'm going to get a little bit tiny more red. Okay. Here we go. Now I'm going to have that a little bit into the distance. Here we go. Like that, right on the side over here. Here we go. Now we're also going to have a little bit more reflection in the water, in a little bit, and coming all the way onto this side, and coming all the way over there. That's good. All right, and now I'm going to add a little bit tiny more yellow into the front over here. I'm going to make it just a little bit brighter. Clean my flat brush. Okay, that's good. I'm going to get a little bit tiny more yellow. Okay, here we go. I'm going to just put the yellow because the color over here is still wet. So it's very easy just to modify the pink by half the yellow pouring in. So this is a little bit lighter, like this. See that? That's just the shadow over here. So keep the original color. Like that. This is good. And coming over here too. Okay, push the color away. That's good. Just right here. Like that, have the color too. And you can see that have a nice texture as well. Okay, this is pretty good. Now it's the good time for us to use the calligraphy brush. Today I just opened a brand new calligraphy brush. Okay, so take a look at, and we're gonna come back to the front over here, but this is the good time. The sky already dried, so now I'm gonna mix a little bit gray color. You know how to mix the gray color from a little bit greenish color, right? So let's get a little bit red into it, and this become gray. Okay, pretty easy. So think about, you don't have to have it too dark, right? Maybe a little bit more blue. Okay, just a little bit too gray, a little bit more bluish gray. Okay, take a little bit water. So try to keep this to be more consistent all the way through. Okay, have a little bit French ultramarine. Okay, here we go. Now I'm gonna first put onto this bigger cloud. Okay, here we go. Like that. Keep a little bit expressive. That's just good. Like that. That's pretty good. Like that. Here we go. Shadow. Okay, a little bit shadow. Like that. Here we go. That's just good. You see that? Very simple. Very simple, easy. Just keep at the bottom. A little bit lower area. Okay. Let's take a look over here. There you go. Now make things look 3D. That's good. Okay, just tap on it. Just right at the bottom. Here you go. Like that. That's good. Like that. Very good. Very nice. Okay, look at the top over here. Just step on it right at the bottom over here. A little bit at the bottom. That's good. Right over here, I'm going to take a little bit more. Come back over here. Take a little bit more blue. Here you go. That's whole area here. And all the colors should be very much the same. So be consistent. Like that. And the bottom over here, a little bit more. So this is good. And then make it look like dirty color. It's not dirty. And it's just a little bit 3D. Okay. If you feel a bit dirty, you should have a little bit more blue color push into it. So a little bit part of the harmonic color with the sky. This is good. Okay, a little bit over here. Big tiny little bit blue. This is good. It can be a little bit lighter on it. Give a little bit transition. You don't have to have too much transition. Okay, this is good. A little bit over here too. Like that. So the 3D is good. So I also can put it into the little bit over here in the reflection. You can see that a little bit more. See a little bit over here. This is good. And make it echo to the sky. Okay, this is good. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to give some shadow at the front over here. Before we do that, we're going to mix a little bit brown color. Okay, this is good. Look at that. There's a little bit brown color right over here. So we have a little bit warm color somewhere. Maybe too warm. So get a little bit blue color and the green color-ish. Okay, into it. That's good. A little bit more. Okay, a little bit more gray. That's good. Like that. That's just good. Okay, give it a little bit more. Like that. That's good. Take a look on this side. Okay, a little bit lighter. Get a little bit red, a little bit yellow. So more like into the orange side. Right? Don't need that much paint. Okay, here you go. Like that. Okay, here we go. That's good. Right on the edge. Okay, here you go. That's good. Into the distance. Okay. And over there, can have a little bit more. Showing there's a little bit more of the dirt. Like that. Okay, this is good. Alright, have some interesting. Now I'm going to coming onto this side, get a little bit darker color. The dark color is the blue and the red color together, right? And okay, a little bit more blue. Okay, here you go. When you get closer to us, we're going to give it a little bit deeper color. That's good. Right here, that's still pretty wet. I'm going to put it right here a little bit. Okay, like that. And a little bit darker color. Right on the edge over here. Just tap on it. That's good. Alright. Good. And a little bit dark color over here. There's just a little bit dark color. There's a little bit shadow. Okay. And on the water, on the edge over here, I'm going to have that a little bit darker. That's just good. And a little bit over here. A little bit shadow. A big shadow over there. This is good. Alright. That looks pretty good. Getting there. I'm going to just open up the brush. I'm going to have a little bit open. This brush is worked pretty well by changing different shape. Changing a different kind of form. That's good. Like that. This is pretty good. Like a little bit dry brush. Okay, that's good. Okay, and we're going to do the reflection of the tree in a moment. Okay, also a little bit dry brush at the front over here too. Now take a look on this side. That's getting drier a little bit. This is good. I'm going to have a little bit brownish color. Get a little bit red and the blue color, right? A little bit brownish color. And open this up. And have a little bit texture. That's good. Like that. And I'm going to get a little bit green color. Okay, open it up right here too. Okay, that's good. That's good. And just a little bit right now here. I'm going to have this look like a little bit more clear, like a whole bunch in a different little bit shape. Have it up a little bit. Okay, a little bit over here. And have some texture. I think this is good enough texture over here. Now coming back over here, I'm gonna have that a little bit darker, so be patient. And almost there. Okay, a little bit darker over here. Okay, a little bit coming up like that. That's just good. Okay, we're gonna working on the tree. Yeah, why don't we work on a little bit in the tree and then we can do the reflection. Okay, this is pretty good. Good plan. Let's have a little bit more distance tree first. So I'm going to get a little bit more yellow and with the green, right? With this, have a little bit more red into it. So make a little bit distance, okay? Have a little bit tiny more yellow like that. This is good. There's a little bit more gray. That's bright. Okay, this is good. I'm going to have the distant tree right here. Not too dark. Okay. This is good. I'm going to open that up a little bit more. I'm going to have the little big tree over here too. In the distance, like that. That's good. Okay, a little bit distance. That's good. Like that. And have a little bit distance tree over here, like that. This is good. And I'm going to open this up a little bit more. Here you go. And you can remove some of the paint, like that. Okay, here we go. Now I'm going to take a look at just the corner of this brush. Okay, like that. Have a little bit more, like this. You can see that there's just a little bit more. A very soft color, a little bit distance, like that. This is good. I'm going to put a couple more over here if I want to. Okay, this is good. All right, this is good. And then we're going to come back over here. But before we move away, I'm going to also light up a little bit. Also, I have a little bit tiny yellow color from the top over here down. So you can see this tree like a little bit lighter from the top. Okay, because of getting more light. Okay, that's good. That's good. A little bit tiny lighter. That's just good. Good enough. Okay, I'm gonna also have a little bit tiny yellow, light brown color. Put it over here too. Like that. That's good enough for the distance. Now I'm gonna paint the large area. So I'm gonna just get the yellow color. Those trees is a little bit closer to us. So I'm gonna have this, have a little bit more yellow, have a tiny little bit red. Okay, this is good. I'm gonna have this right in here. Here we go. That's the biggest shape. Okay, here we go. Like that. This is good. Looking for shapes. Don't confuse yourself, okay, by the details. Okay, just think about what are the large area. So also think about the shape, okay. There's some gap between the shapes. Okay, here you go. A little bit more like that. And some of this see-through, so you can see the sky. And this is only the first round. So I'm going to put the color over here. Keep the gap. Okay, keep the gap. You hear my voice when you're doing this. Okay, a little bit more like that. Now this tree over here, put a little bit lighter, and we're gonna put a little bit darker color. But keep the gap. Okay, very important. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna have a little bit over here. Okay, like that, and just use the side of the brush, make it more look like. It's a dry brush technique. Okay, keep the distance between the two shapes. Okay, this is good. Coming over here. Here you go. Right, this is good. Now we're gonna have a little bit. This it's not really bright. Okay, now my brush is kind of dry, right? But it's just not like a too dry to paint on the paper. So I'm gonna have this. It's kind of dry. I'm gonna have this, the top of the tree over here. I'm gonna have that right here. Here you go. Have some tree over here. Here we go. There's tree. Okay, that's good. Just put a little bit more. That's just good. And now I'm gonna come to a little bit darker color. Okay. Now add a little water. Now I'm gonna have a little bit more blue. Now the color a little bit thicker. Get a little bit red. Get some yellow color. So why you put the red? Because we want to see a little bit darker as well as a little bit distance. Now here we go. Now I'm gonna have come back over here. Just look at the brush here. And we're gonna have even shadow color. Right? This is a little bit more like that. Be patient. We're gonna get there. Okay, here we go. And coming over here. There we go. A little bit more. Is we're gonna when we get the little bit darker shadow color, this color will look lighter. Okay, here we go. Like that. Here we go. That's just good. Dry brush. And over here too. Okay, that's good. Now I'm gonna go into even darker after I apply this. A little bit drive. This is good. Now I'm gonna have a little bit darker. Here you go. A little bit darker. Get a little bit more red and the blue color. Now this color a lot darker. Okay, and just modify the way you think. It's just dark color, not black color. Okay, that's good. Now I'm gonna put it here. You see, this is the dark color. Now you're putting this dark color, but how dark that would be and how deep that would be. Okay, you have to think about. There's a little bit dark color over here too, like that. And the bottom over here, a little bit dark color too. And I have a few lines over here coming down too. This is good. So it's a little bit dark color over here too. You can see that. That's just interesting. Okay, seeing the form. Okay, the form has light and shadow, right? I'm saying that every time. Doesn't matter what portrait, landscape that would be. There's always come down to light and shadow. Okay, here you go. A little bit dark over here. And seeing that, this is very fun. Okay, a little bit dark over here too. I can actually draw a little bit line. Just use a couple here and the side of the brush. Now over here, the bottom over here, we can see that's also a little bit darker, like that. Here you go, connect that. But you don't have to make it all flat. If you have all the same color everywhere, it will become flat, right? Okay, now coming over here, this color maybe less as dark. So I can get a little bit tiny more green. Okay, here we go. Okay, like this. And this is a little bit shadow. Okay, pay attention and be patient. Okay, here you go. Coming down over here. And tap on it. There we go. Don't tap it too, brush too much. Okay, that's good. Like that. That's good. That's good. Okay, see a little bit shadow right here. That's good. Coming down over here, a little bit shadow. Coming down over here. Okay, this is good. Now I can reshape this brush after we painting this, and we're going to, okay, here you go, put a little bit shadow on this side. So now you see where the light coming from, right? Coming from the top left. Okay, over here too, I'm gonna have that a little bit shadow, okay, of the tree. And here you go, like that. That's good. And this is good. Right there, there's tree. Now we're gonna come to, here we go. Now I'm gonna come to shape the brush and take a look. We're gonna take a look at this one first. And have that coming down. Look at where's the corner of the brush. Okay, I can reshape it. Here you go. Shape it to be very well managed. Okay, coming down all the way over here. Look at where is it? Right here. That's good. Yeah, it looks like this tree is put it high, higher than I was anticipated. Okay. Okay, that's good. And like this, coming up over here. So I can have the tree a little bit bigger if I want to. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna have a little bit tree over here too, like that. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna give it a little bit more leaf in a moment. This is good. I'm gonna have a couple more line coming down like that. That we obviously need to have a little bit more green over there in a moment. Now I'm gonna coming over here and have this down, coming over here. That's good, like that. And I'm gonna fine tune it. And this tree coming down over here. This is good. And we have another tree like this. I mean, all the way down over here. That's good. And I have a little bit bend it like that. And here you go. That's good. Okay, another one right here, a little bit bigger, and a little bit, another vertical down. Okay, now we're gonna have this one, and coming down over here, and we're gonna have a little bit brown color, so over here. That's good. And now it's getting there. Everything come together. I'm gonna have a little bit brown colors. So in fact, I'm just gonna mix the orange color. When the orange color with the brown, with the blue color surround it, it will be look like brown color, right? So here we go. I'm gonna have this a little bit more orange color in. It look like brown. Pretty good, right? It's pretty good. It's magic. I'm gonna put that over here too. A little bit over there. Okay, now this is good. Look like everything's settled. Now I'm gonna look at some area. I need to get a little bit more green color to it. So open up the brush a little bit. Take a look. I don't want you to have this very solid. Just have a little bit. Now make it impression more of the tree. Okay, that's good. And a couple more brush stroke over here too. I'm gonna have a little bit tiny more yellow. You can see how the things come together. Start from the foundation, the first wash, and then gradually, and you can have all the things, all the contrast, all the dynamic connected together to have the harmonic contrast dynamic together. Okay, over here I'm gonna have that a little bit more blue on the edge over here. That's good. Give it a little bit more over here. You can push it down a little bit more. That's just good, like that. And take a look at this tree. You can open up a little bit more. You can have a little bit darker color on the side. Let's see. Is that good? I'm gonna have a little bit darker on the side over here. You see that? That's like this. A little bit darker. Okay. That's good. Even make it even darker. So we're gonna get the blue and the red together. Here you go. That's good. I'm gonna have this even darker. So when you have the dark color next to the color, and then the color will become not as dark, right? Okay, here you go. What's the darkest color in the painting? Can you see? Okay, now this is good. Okay, take a look over here. And some darker color over here. Here we go. A little bit dark color over here. Like that. That's good. A little bit darker color over here. And here you go. And now we can also have the cast shadow on the ground. Also the other side. A little bit more. And this is good. I'm going to have a little bit tiny more blue color. Here you go. Seeing that a little bit more over here like this. That's good. A little bit more deeper under here. Like that. A little bit more. And just give a little suggestions in the distance like that. So this is pretty good. I'm gonna have a little bit yellow now. I'm gonna working back to the grass right here. I'm gonna have that a little bit texture. Okay, that looks pretty good already. Enough texture. Okay, over here I'm gonna give a little bit texture. Just get a little bit tiny more blue color. Okay. And when it's closer to us, we see a little bit more details. That's the details, okay? When they get a little bit farther away over there, we don't have to give much details, okay? This is good. Now we're gonna do the reflection of the trees in the water. Okay, here what we're gonna do, and we're gonna also have a little bit red color with the blue. As if you think about a little bit more yellow, okay, I'm gonna get a little bit more red first. Okay, get some yellow color, so see a little bit more like a green color, right? but it's just not that bright. Here we go. Now here we're gonna take a look at like this shape over here. Okay, here we go, like that. Okay, that's good. Look at that tree, vertical. Okay, like that. That's good. Right there. Okay, right in here. Okay, give a little bit more. The horizon line is right there, so it's not going down too much. Okay, that's good. Right, and have this trio right here. Okay, like this. Okay. All right, now we're gonna use the dry brush. Also make it a little bit lighter too. Okay, get a little bit more, like a little bit lighter, like that. Here we go. Now open it. Now take a look at this. That's a little bit dry brush. Take a look at the left side over here, the right side of the tree, like this, and also have a little bit line like that, horizontal line. Okay, that's good. Like that tree, this is good. And take a look at this tree. That also have a little bit more horizontal line. This is the water. Here you go, like that. Here we go, that's good. Coming down and have a little bit, a few horizontal line, like that. See a little bit light shape. This is good. Now when I'm coming on to this side, very much similar. Kind of take a look over here, and we can see that a little bit more line like that. Just use the corner of this. Okay, here we go. Come a few little bit reflection. Okay, so in this video, showing you how to think about the reflection, how to see the reflection. Okay, over here. Here we go. That's good. Okay, that's good. Like that. Getting that in. The reflection always look a little bit darker. The cloud, the sky, and the tree, they all look darker. Okay, like that. Have a little bit horizontal line. Like that. Okay, here we go. Like this. Is that good enough? Okay, here we go. Okay, that's good. A few line. Like this. All right, coming in over here. Okay, that's the reflection. Pretty interesting. And we also have the reflection over here. We have something over here like that. We can have a little reflection showing that. A little bit darker over here too. And have the grass on the side over here. And showing that a little bit grass over here too. This is pretty good. Now take a look at the reflection over here. Also have some shadow, right? Okay, somewhere a little bit darker. Here, the bottom over here, a little bit darker like that. Okay, that's pretty good. And now let's take a look. Is that everything looks okay? And something need to be darker. And I'm gonna make this a little bit darker. So yeah, I think I'm gonna get a little bit more yellow. Mix that with this color. This is good enough. But I think this color right in here, it should be also part of the tree. I'm gonna make it just a little bit dimmer, like that. And also over here, I'm gonna make that a little bit more green. This is good. I'm really happy with the way that we live, the sky. It's also, I'm happy that a little bit lighter over there. I can have a little bit tiny more blue color into it. If I want to, I'm gonna have that, but it's a little bit lighter. So seeing that more in the sky, okay, closer to the sky. Okay, that's a little bit tiny lighter. This is good. And I'm gonna have just a little bit more lighter like that in the reflection here. Okay, and then we're gonna see a little bit more of the suggestions of the water. You can see that very distance over there. I'm gonna see that little bit line coming over here. So you can see that just the top have a little bit shiny reflection. Okay, now I'm gonna have also a little bit tiny Seeing that's a little bit green vegetable on top of this. And then this painting is finished. If you also like oil painting, you can see how I paint this oil painting in another YouTube channel. The link in the description. I will see you in my next video.